A lovely good evening to present Zanis News. My name is Juliet Ntale. Top stories in the news tonight. Reopening of Mopani copper mines elets Kitwe residents. Zambia Correctional Services to plant 470 hectares of winter maize in Chisamba. Chundu Day Secondary School start irrigation farming and chicken rearing. Plus, government commends USA for support to the health sector. Zanis News in detail. Kitwe residents have commended President Hakainde Hichilema and his administration for the investment that Mopani copper mines has received. The residents have explained that the reinvestment will boost economic activities in the province, which will in turn improve the lives of the citizens. On March 21st, 2024, President Hichilema officiated at the handover of the mine to International Resources Holdings, which has invested $1.1 billion United States dollars into the mine. Kalan Muchima now reports.
The Mopani copper mines in Kitwe has been resurrected. This follows the official handover of the mine by President Hakainde Hichilema to the new equity partner International Resources Holdings, which has so far injected $1.1 billion into the mine. This development has cheered the people of Copperbelt, especially those in Kitwe, where the mine is situated.
As Kitwe residents, we really suffered. We actually witnessed that setback of Mopani, and a lot of things were affected. To start with, I can talk about the business. The business also went down. Now that the president has shown this good gesture, I'm pretty sure that a lot of youths will be employed.
Very bad. We are staggering. No food, no anything. But this time the president has opened the mine. At least we have hope. Things will be fine now.
The hope for the residents of Kitwe, because these mines are namely KCM and Mopani. They kind of hold of towns like Mufulira, Kitwe, Chingola and Chilabombe. So with the mines that went down, I think people really suffered. And I'm told that they've paid quite a number of contractors, and they've also employed some those that were casuals. They've put them on a permanent basis, which is a good move. I think the government is heading in the right direction now.
During the handover ceremony, President Hichilema committed to unlocking all mines which are non-operational so that they can begin to contribute to the country's economic developmental agenda.
What we're witnessing today is a consequence of hard work. The relaunch of Mopani copper mine with our new joint venture partners, working together. Wombela Chapamo, Chachin, International Resource Holdings, IRH from Abu Dhabi. This is a significant moment that citizens raise questions about, and rightly so. Mayor of the city of Kitwe, you said you were struggling to look after the council and the local community of Kitwe for 2 years. No, you were struggling for the last 7 years. You're struggling for the last 7 years, not 2 years. Awe mkwai. Ichi chintu cha Mopani chali onaika kale. Before we formed the government ourselves, we must get our facts right.
The Abu Dhabi mining giant is partnering with the Zambian government through ZCCMIH in the management of Mopani, with the Zambian government retaining 49% shareholding, while IRH will hold 51% shares in the mine. This partnership is expected to see an increase in copper production from 65,000 metric tons to 225,000 metric tons, contributing to the government's projected 3 million metric tons production by 2030. Kalan Muchima, reporting for Zanis in Kitwe, Copperbelt Province.
Thank you, Kalan, for that report. Now, Care International Zambia has handed over a piped water scheme at Salanga Rural Health Center, implemented at a cost of over 500,000 kwacha, with support from the federal government of Germany through KfW and UNICEF. The water reticulation system will also benefit Salanga Combined School and the surrounding communities. Here are the details.
Over 2,000 people, who includes learners at Salanga Combined School and community members in Mwansawombwe district, will now have access to clean and safe drinking water. This is because Care International Zambia, with financial support from the federal government through KFW and UNICEF, has handed over a borehole installed at a total cost of over 500,000 kwacha.
Which is clean drinking water, water they can actually use at the clinic, water they can actually use in the schools, and water that they can actually use in the market. Directly, we're looking at servicing over 2,000 people. We do believe that this is just the beginning.
UNICEF Deputy Country Representative Henry Kura also attended the handover ceremony.
On water, there is a lot of water everywhere. The land of water has problems with providing clean and safe water to the population. And as part of the program, and there are multiple of these schemes across the province, today we're here in Salanga village and we're opening this scheme that will help this specific village to access safe and clean water, keep the children safe, healthy, and help them grow up and become productive adults.
Luapula Province Permanent Secretary Maiti Mumba commissioned the project.
This facility is serving a rural health center called Salanga. Apart from the health facility, there's an extension to the nearest combined school, which is the Salanga Combined School. They also benefit from the same facility. So in short, this facility is benefiting about more than 2,000 people. Our appeal is that this facility should not be vandalized, should be looked after carefully by the people. Even the facilities that are outside this fenced-off facility should also be looked after nicely.
Lewis Changwe, Zanis, Mwansawombwe, Luapula Province.
Residents of Lusaka's Kanyama constituency have praised government for the initiative to drill boreholes in all the 33 wards. Lusaka District Administrative Officer O'Neill Chia says government has launched a borehole drilling program in all the 7 constituencies to enhance the provision of safe and clean water for the residents. Justin Piri now reports.
The government's proactive measures to address water and sanitation challenges have gained praise and appreciation from various Kanyama residents. Lusaka District Administrative Officer O'Neill Chia says government is committed to improve living conditions by partnering with organizations like the Muslim Social Welfare Trust to drill more boreholes across the district in all the 33 wards.
The President himself launched a borehole drilling program that cut across all the 7 constituencies. So several wards were catered for boreholes that were initiated by the President. So as a district, this was a very good development for us. It means that we widened the water provision in the district. Then we also have partners that are working with the government, and one of the prominent ones is the Muslim Social Welfare Trust, which also commissioned the drilling of boreholes in almost all the 38 wards in the district. That program has started, is running, and it's just yet to be completed.
Meanwhile, Chansa Bundala, a Kanyama resident, expressed gratitude for the borehole installation initiative, which has significantly alleviated water scarcity in the area.
The coming in help from the government, where they brought the dams, it has kind of added up an advantage of development.
Another Kanyama resident echoed sentiments of improved access to water, highlighting the positive impact on the community's daily life. Justin Piri reporting for Zanis in Lusaka.
The Ministry of Mines and Minerals Development Permanent Secretary Hapenga Kabeta has underscored the need for collective collaborations in accelerating the green energy transition and technologies in the country. Dr. Kabeta has observed that as the world continues to grapple with the negative impact of climate change, there is need for all stakeholders to work towards finding the sustainable solutions through effective management of critical natural resources. The Permanent Secretary said this in Lusaka today in a speech read for him by Minister of Mines and Minerals Development Director Planning Tobias Musonda during the official opening of the United Nations Resource Management Systems Pilot Workshop. And University of Zambia Professor of Geology Imasuku Nyambe has called on the need for government and other stakeholders to work towards putting in place a curriculum that supports the upstream part of the electric vehicle battery manufacturing value chain.
This meeting demonstrates the desire by government and my ministry in particular to develop a national framework to support the implementation of sustainable mineral resource management, which is aligned to the 8th National Development Plan in pursuit of the Vision 2030 of making Zambia a prosperous middle-income country by 2030. Not so long ago, my ministry launched its 2022 to 2026 strategic plan, which is anchored on sustainable development and management of mineral resources for economic growth and improved livelihoods of our people.
We can do it today because we have, that's the map of Zambia. That's the geological features of Zambia that I'm talking to you, we need to now look into those features of Zambia. And this is why I'm glad, again, the Minister of Mines have gone into to try to put this budget on exploration, to explore the entire country. You can see that some of those minerals that we have been talking about. And then we have also geophysical data that we need now to upgrade this data so that we can find more, because we need more metals now if we are going to go for these new technologies that I'm talking about.
The Zambia Correctional Services will this week start cultivating 470 hectares of maize fields in Chisamba District. Central Province Regional Deputy Commander Michael Sakala announced this when Central Province Minister Princess Kasune toured fields neighboring the Momboshi Dam. Shubikile Nkunika has the rest of the details.
Following President Hakainde Hichilema's directive to the defense wings to go into production of early maize in view of a looming hunger owing to crop failure recorded in most parts of the country, the Zambia Correctional Services in Chisamba intends to cultivate 470 hectares of maize. Central Province Deputy Regional Commander announced this when Central Province Minister Princess Katsune toured the farms bordering the $48 million Momboshi Dam.
We intend to cultivate about 10 center pivot for winter maize. And the total hectares of land is about 475 hectares. We should also take note that it's not maybe Momboshi alone. We still have other center pivots in other areas where we also do winter maize under irrigation.
Ms. Kasune has commended the men in uniform for heeding to the presidential directive.
We take cognizance of your expertise, and we are so grateful. So as a province, we are just excited that you are heeding to the president's call, because at the end of the day, he's the man at the helm.
District Commissioner Joe Mboyoma wants the 11 commercial farmers bordering the dam to be engaged in the cultivation of early maize.
We would request that we engage farmers on the southern banks of our dam. We have, 11 commercial farmers, the white farmers, that are also using the waters. We wish to request that maybe we engage them as government so that they can also go into early maize production and the winter maize.
Shupekile Nkunika for Zanis in Chisamba.
Now, Shindu Day Secondary School head teacher Jeans Muchenya says the government policy on production unit has enabled his school to embark on irrigation farming and chicken rearing. Mr. Muchenya says despite the change of climate change, such as drought that has affected the province, the school has reared 100 broiler chickens, where the school expects to raise 11,000 kwacha. More in this report.
Secondary schools have experienced a rapid increase in enrollment with the introduction of free education. putting a lot of pressure on the limited and already overstretched school funding. To cope up with this, management at Chundu Day Secondary School in Choma embarked on irrigation farming and chicken rearing as alternative sources of revenue generation.
Following government policy on production unit, Chundu Secondary School has embarked on growing maize. You can see this is the maize field for Chundu Secondary School. Despite the climate change, the drought, we are also doing irrigation. You can see our maize is still green despite the other fields having dried up.
Chundu Day Secondary School head teacher now shares how the school is faring in chicken rearing.
Inside here we have got 100 beds, which are at 3 weeks. We hope by raising these 100 beds, we shall raise something like 11,000 kwacha. And this program is ongoing. After we raise that one, we shall continue raising so that we supplement on government funding. You don't have to have a lot of land for you to do PU. Even if you have got a limited land, you can still do things like pottery. They are manageable within the land that you have.
Zanis in Choma, Southern Province.
And in our health segment, government has thanked the United States government for the support it has been rendering to the health sector in Zambia. Ministry of Health Director of Infectious Diseases, Lloyd Mlenga, says the U.S. government has invested heavily at the University Teaching Hospital through programs such as President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief.
The University Teaching Hospital was today visited by a delegation from the U.S. Congress. Their mission was to familiarize themselves with how the U.S. funding is impacting the health sector and the lives of people. Prior to touring the Adult Infectious Disease Center, the newly born and mothers' wards, the U.S. Congress were briefed on how their support has helped to strengthen the health systems in Zambia.
The investment, especially the lab support which we have received, has made a huge difference, especially to health system strengthening. And now we are talking of having open platform PCR where we can use the same platforms we've been using for HIV, now extend them to other diseases. This we think is a landmark achievement for us to be able to monitor different pathogens and also for us to be prepared for epidemics.
The U.S. Congress also heard that the capacity has been built for medical staff to handle advanced HIV in children, adolescents, and adults.
UTH has been partnering with the U.S. government, HHS, CDC, and NIH for over 20 years. And during this time, the capacity of our staff to manage advanced HIV in children, adolescents, and adults has been built.
The U.S. delegation also visited a processing plant called 260 Brands, where they learned that 7,000 farmers have benefited from the USAID-funded program.
The United States input into this factory, we're enabling us to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, land usage, and water usage when compared to dairy. And I'm proud to say that with your support, we were able to launch Zambia's first plant-based milk facility last year, in which there were representatives of the U.S.
The processing plant was constructed with support from the U.S. government. For Zanis, I'm Lakson Makodza.
The Turkish government, through the Turkish Cooperation and Coordination Agency, has handed over the state-of-art audiological medical equipment to the Zambia Institute of Special Education. Speaking during the handover of the ceremony at Zanis in Lusaka today, Turkish ambassador to Zambia says the donation to Zanis from Turkish government through TICA is the second project that the country will undertake in the country this year. More in this report.
The sense of hearing plays an integral part in our daily lives. It is in this regard that individuals that are being screened for hearing and getting audiological assessment becomes vital to diagnose and treat hearing problems. This is why the Turkish government, through the Turkish Cooperation and Coordination Agency, TICA, has donated the state-of-art audiological medical equipment to Zambia Institute of Special Education, Zamise.
Turkish Cooperation and Coordination Agency is undertaking 1 or 2 projects per country every year. And it takes a lot of effort to bring it to fruition at the end because there's a lot of bureaucracy involved, but thankfully we have succeeded in this one. But it's not the first and it will not be the last in Zambia. Tomorrow we have another ceremony at the DNMU where we will be handing over packages, relief packages because of the drought situation in Zambia. And it is our holy month of Ramadan. It's a month of sharing and caring for among the Muslim communities, that we share and we care for our brothers and sisters in Zambia.
And Principal Education Standards Officer under the Ministry of Education, Mutinta Mubanga, highlighted the importance of the equipment.
With this donation Tika has made to the institution, Your Excellency, Zanis then will be able to do part of what our dream is of making it a one-stop center. We should be able now to receive learners from Kasama, from Livingston, every part of Zambia with hearing impairments, be given the correct assessment and be guided on what kind of placement they need to be given in the various schools and levels to help quality education. You agree with me that without correct assessment, teaching becomes much more difficult because then you will be misplacing content against a child's ability.
Meanwhile, Zambia Institute for Special Education Zamise Principal Nambula Changala thanked the Turkish government for the donation.
We are therefore excited and appreciative that with the additional audiology assessment, we will be able to assess and give reports right there and then, without making referrals to the University Teaching Hospital, UTH. Words cannot express our gratitude, knowing that you have a lot of other choices when it comes to donating, but you chose to donate to our cause. We are forever grateful.
Mnachibende for Zanis in Lusaka.
Isoka Town Council has approved 8 community projects worth over 9 million kwacha under the 2024 Constituency Development Fund CDF allocation. Provincial Local Government Office, in collaboration with the Provincial Constituency Development Committee, has given the green light to 8 crucial community projects. The approved projects include the construction of Phase 2 of Kasoka Mini Hospital, a health post in Kabandama Village, staff houses at Nansala Primary School, and the rural electrification project. Other approved projects are the procurement of an ambulance, motorbikes for retainers, and the Senior Chief Kafwimbi and Chief Katiete, and the repair of a motor grader. According to Isoka Town Council Public Relations Officer Peter Sichali, disclosed this to Zanis.
Thank you very much. I wish to confirm that government, through the Office of the Provincial Local Government Office, assisted by the Provincial Constituency Development Fund Committee, the PDFC, has approved 8 community projects under 2024 CDF for Isoka. And these projects include Phase 2 of the construction of Kasoka Mini Hospital, purchasing of an ambulance for the Ministry of Health, procurement of motorbikes for the retainers for our 2 traditional leaders, that's Chief Katiete and Chief Kafwimbi. Then also have construction of a staff house at Nansala Primary School, construction of a health post at Kabandama Village, among others. And these projects are expected to commence as soon as possible. I also wish to take this opportunity to confirm that the CDFC has also considered 2 community projects under the disaster contingents. However, the projects have been forwarded to the provincial CDFC for consideration. Thank you very much.
Now, over 3,000 vulnerable people in Chipata district, including the aged and differently abled, have been supported with food items by direct aid. Direct Aid Society Country Director Walid Bakit says the gesture is meant to complement government efforts in addressing food security threats resulting from effects of climate change like floods and drought. Abigail Kashweka filed in this report.
Presenting with different vulnerabilities, these residents of Chipata district have received food hampers comprising of meal, cooking oil, sugar, and rice, courtesy of Direct Aid Society. Society Country Director Walid Bakit's message during the handover event was interpreted.
I have accepted the pronouncement of the President, His Excellency, the President of this country, HH, who announced that the country is facing challenges in terms of food. So with the little we can as Direct Aid, we also thought that we can contribute towards this gesture. Total number of hampers that have been contributed throughout Zambia, which you can actually see right now in front of you, is 7,800, which is going to be distributed, completed in Eastern Province.
The organization collaborated with Chipata City Council in identifying beneficiaries, a partnership the mayor is grateful for.
As Chipata, we have been supported with over 3,000, and in terms of money, this is more than 2 million kwacha. It's a huge support to our people in Chipata. And to thank Direct Aid not only for this support that you've given us across the province, but for all the support that you continue to give us, the empowerment of our women, the water worth millions and millions of kwacha to uplift the lives of our people in society.
Meanwhile, these are some of the testimonies shared by some beneficiaries.
Na 5 ama si na langu babiri but nisunga banao nezivye uronga nezivika likonse mwana
nile muntu nekta stroke nani chaya pa 2 December 2021 na 4 years lomba koma nilulephera kuyenda nilephera kugwira ntchito kutithandiza wana ku school
timaenda mu street day kupemphesa kuti tipezeko chakudya koma changa nchiyamikiro nanga umoyo wamene nawo ngaife maubino mu street mwamene tinkhala si wanthu onse amene angakukomere mtima timakumana na wanthu osiyanasiyana wena ngoganiza maganizo wawo osaneleka bwinobwino nayamikira chifukwa lero nzadi yasima ndithu yokhuta pamodzi na banja yanga.
Activities of Direct Aid Society are aimed at providing awareness and reduce poverty and disease in African societies. Abigail Kashweka reporting in Chipata District.
Now, Kapiri Porsche District Commissioner Francis Hasalama has warned school administrations in the district against misapplication of funds in form of grants being disbursed to education facilities by government. Mr. Hasalama has stated that his office is in receipt of complaints of school grants misuse, thereby depriving vulnerable children from accessing education. He said this when he officiated at the first ever education indaba in the district aimed at analyzing the district's performance at grades 7, 9, 12 in 2023 examinations. More in this report.
The Ministry of Education in Kabrimposhi District has held the first ever education indaba, where several factors impacting examination performance have been tabled. District Commissioner Francis Hasalama has officiated at the indaba, where he has warned school administrations against misapplying school education grants.
Put the money to the use it is intended for. That's why the new Dawn government is spending a lot of money for these children. Education is the gateway to all developments. All of us pass through this education. That's why we are standing in positions where we're standing. Without education, I don't think we'll be coming. So don't deprive this national right from the children.
Kaprimposhi District emerged third overall in Central Province in the 2023 examinations.
Our graph at grade 7 has been undulating. It is more or less like a wave. There are times that we perform well, times we go down, and again we go up, just like that. Equally at grade 9, I think the performance has been like that as well. At grade 12, we have managed to have a linear graph which is progressive.
The Provincial Education Office wants equitable distribution of newly recruited teachers.
Going
Sunda Zanis Kaprimposhi.
Now, Eastern Province Minister Peter Piri has expressed happiness with the progress made on the Katete-Chanida Road project. Government signed a public-private partnership (PPP) agreement in October 2023 to construct and rehabilitate the Katete-Chanida Road at a total cost of $79.8 million United States dollars. Here are the details.
To the delight of the people in Chadiza and Katete, the construction of the road will soon start. The construction of the road will spur more development, not only in the districts, but in the country.
These developments are the road, Katete-Chanida Road. It's a very viable road. All the fuels that now we are receiving in Zambia is coming through this dilapidated road infrastructure that you have seen. And so the more reason why government needs to build this infrastructure as soon as yesterday.
More stakeholders have been engaged.
We had a meeting with the consortium in Lusaka, where they just want, like you have mentioned, they want to ascertain a piece of land where they can start constructing the one-stop border post. And what they want to verify is a piece of land which is not under title. So we've come with some colleagues from the Ministry of Lands and the surveyors. We've got obviously DC, we've got the council around. We've got all these stakeholders just to have a look at what we need to do.
The contractor has an assurance.
There were 6 months of financial closure and commencement of construction on the first day after 6 months. So I'm glad to report that the financial closure has almost been achieved, and the government has given us final authority as at Friday to take site possession. Site possession means we are now in control of the road, and we are obliged to fulfill the requirements of the contract, which means that we shall be commencing the roadworks immediately from Katete as directed by the PPP Council. What we propose to do is to complete this road in less than the 2 years that have been given to us.
Juba Zulu, Zanis, Chadiza District, Eastern Province.
As we end Zanis news, we recap on the headlines. Reopening of Mopani copper mines elects Kitwe residents. Zambia Correctional Services to plant 470 hectares of winter maize in December. Chundu Day Secondary School start irrigation farming and chicken rearing. Plus, government commends USA for support to the health sector. Thank you so much for your time. On behalf of the entire Zanis production team, my name is Juliet Mtela saying bye-bye and God bless.